I already knew that I was strong, and what I really wanted was to be stronger than everybody else in the room. And that's already how I liked that sense of thought in my own head. So I just chased after it. And then I found out there were other people that were like much stronger. And then that just drove me more because I wanted to be stronger than them too.
The weight room work that was once merely a means to a better high school football end for Riley Greening has in many ways now become itself the imperative for the former North Shelby standout. Not that his pigskin priorities have changed, mind you. Riley is still excited to embark on his next evolution within the game at Westminster College this fall. But somewhere along the way, powerlifting became an equally inspiring muscle muse, if you will.
I wanted to be stronger for football in general. And, so I started hitting the gym a lot, and I grew more of a passion for actually weightlifting. And that really turned me into powerlifting because Coach Stuckey back my sophomore year told me about it, and he helped me get signed in for something called the Glendale High School State Meet. It was a non-affiliated meet. I did it 2 years in a row. I got fifth at my first one and third at my second one. And then I started doing like a lot of research with powerlifting, found out there's federations, and I'm in the USAPL. Me personally, I found the one that's drug tested. It's my addiction. There's some people that have bad ones, and this is a good one to have. I'm always pressing forward, and yet at the same time, it's gonna help me with my sport. So I know that, but I also will always have this when I'm no longer playing football.
Moreover, he's shown quite the aptitude for it. This past weekend in Wisconsin, Riley finished as the third best lifter in the world in his respective bracket at the Student World Championships. And as it was just his fifth meet of any kind in the sport, Riley is quickly proving that he's figured out the subtle nuances of his new hobby, which goes far beyond merely just throwing around heavy amounts of weight.
So when we were actually at Green Bay, I was fighting for the top spot all the way till deadlift. I had started off 500 pound squat and deadlift. And I finished off with one of the better squats, right? And I had a good bench overall, which kept me fighting for the lead. And when I got to deadlift, there was other kids that was their main lift. So that's what they're best at. So I thought if I could stay 10 pounds, at least in their intervals, I could go ahead and take over. But their coaches caught on, and they bumped their boys up a little more to keep it going.
That powerlifting has found a cerebral traction for Riley Greening is no real surprise to anyone who knows him.
This can be a thing for anyone, anybody, any weight, age, anything, height. You don't have to be some 6'5" monster. This is all about your own drive. It's what you put into it that you get out of it. It's already put me in a good place in my own mindset because, for instance, I know I usually have to train harder than other people because obviously I'm short. But besides that, it helps on a different level. It really does.
An honor roll student who is using this venture to fully immerse himself into a future that is focused on the business of fitness.
I think it's actually a really good thing because, I want to open gyms and I want to train people. Through USAPL and powerlifting, I also want to take on, at some point, I'm going to try my best for the Olympics and powerlifting. I want to go into the Olympic trials, all of that. And, having that on my track record could really amp up my gyms and my training sessions with people, just because they're training with at least an Olympic trials, Olympic athlete, anything from there.
And to that cause, Riley feels incredibly blessed to stand on the wings of generous sponsors who are helping him chase simultaneously personal and professional aspirations.
See, that was great because I won that, but what I also enjoyed more than just getting the satisfaction of that part was I wanted to make sure I didn't let anybody down I got a lot of sponsors for this. Lots of people that, came out, showed everything, and they paid for a lot of our trip, stuff like that. And now I can come back and help, and they can have something to be proud of and know that they put their money to something good.